But I see in your menu actually, it's nicely broken up, into carbs, fats, protein.
Sure.
And
full nutrition specs.
Yeah, if you see, I mean, the breakup is nice, and you see the protein is there, the carbs is there, the fat is there.
Yeah.
And I think
if you go on a website, you have the full micronutrients as well, like the whole thing. And I mean that was the ethos behind it. Make sure we serve food that makes you,
and it shows the entire calorie count as well.
Sure.
So I think it always keeps a check and balance of what exactly you're eating, and
Yeah, exactly.
I think I like that cool concept actually of knowing of how much calories you're consuming.
Sure.
I mean, against of how much you should consume for a day. Based on your BMI.
That's why we actually.
I seen the Fit Band.
Yeah, exactly. Kcal Fit. That was actually a pretty cool idea, and it works very well. We've given thousands and thousands of them away.
How did you start the promotion of the products? I mean, of course, not everyone will come to the restaurant, but how did you reach the product outside?
Yeah, so this was before aggregators, right? Believe it or not, very simply, we used to get some of the girls at the counter to go out at lunchtime and just walk around and hand out menus.
Okay.
And you'd be able to see the sales grow 1,000, 2,000 dirham in a day just by handing out menus.
Wow.
It was pretty.
It's cool.
It was pretty cool, But obviously now aggregators have taken over that market. So and there's laws for that now. That back then there was no laws about handing out flyers. So now today we work with the aggregators. We are very strong partners with the top four.
So you were motivated. Okay, the first restaurant has given everything, has rewarded all your efforts. Where was the second outlet?
Down in Business Bay.
Okay.
And that went. We still have it. That went very well.
The one which is close to Subway, I think, or close to the. It's in this
towers.
executive towers.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there's a Subway there.
There is. I think
there is. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
I
old
think
Subway.
that's the restaurant I had gone actually.
Good old Subway.
Yeah.
I actually had a Subway the other day. Man, when you haven't had that for a long time, I'm like, man, this sucks. How did I eat so much of it back in the day?
Yeah,
but obviously
there was no choice at that time.
Exactly.
Even I have given up Subway. Actually, there was times where I used to eat almost every day. The bread isn't fat.
The salad was weird and
Yeah, I agree with you. And in some of the restaurants, you don't find they are full salads as well. Like they don't have mushrooms at times.
It's a bit of a shame. It's a strong brand.
So I mean, the natural transition from one restaurant is to grow to become a franchise, because you look up to McDonald's or you look up to these top brands that grow up, as franchise to spread across.
Yes.
And to have some control on some own outlets and some to franchise it out.
Sure.
What was your journey?
Yeah, so obviously...
Did you expand to the Middle East?
Because, we did.
Because currently I think you have only 5 or 6 restaurants. And then when did you say that, okay, no, we don't want to expand?
So we did... So yeah, we obviously start looking at, this is cool, how do we expand the business, And let me just say that the first 3 years, we didn't even get paid from the business, There's no salaries, just, funded our own lifestyle, whatever. So we said, all right, cool. So we kept the money in the business and spent it on growing the business. It came to, okay, how do we make it bigger, right? Because... you need money to grow.
And both of you were not married at that time. You both were single.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then we went into the franchising. And
when did you go to the franchising?
I think we started in 2012.
Okay.
Like kind of start looking at it, but it's quite an intensive thing because there's a lot of SOPs and this and that and books and stuff and loads of stuff.
The recipe secrets and all and so.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of.
You
have to do so much stuff, right? And you have to have trainers and this and that. It was much more. It was more intense than first expected, because obviously the person that sold us the idea said, "Oh, it's easy." There's nothing easy in business.
Yeah.
So we got involved in this, and we actually sold a number of franchises, but unfortunately, our food is quite complex. It's not just like, for instance, our burgers. They're not just pure beef. We add vegetables into them to make them healthier, and so we actually don't even advertise that. And there's a lot of things, and if it is not done the right way, especially when you don't use a lot of fat. You know, McDonald's burgers, they're from 20 to 22 grams of percentage fat, where ours is like 3%. So you need to make sure that you cook them in the right way so they don't go dry and so on.
But you could not control this from the central kitchen?
Not in Egypt.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about Egypt. So you opened the franchise in Egypt?
Yeah, we actually opened five places there, but it was a mess. It was a big mess. It was a big learning curve.
What about UAE?
UAE, we had 3.
Did you not find any franchise partner?
We had 3, and that was okay, but still, it's just a hassle. You know, I'm very particular about quality and making sure that things are followed the right way, and it really annoys me if it's not.
So you felt the brand was getting affected.
Yeah,
I mean, the more we scale,
exactly.
Because
building the brand, it's like, it's like your little kid. You know what I mean?
I do understand.
So when somebody's not, doing things properly, it's kind of like, it doesn't feel right, and it just annoys me. So we ended up buying the franchises back and taking them over, and then we could control the output, how the service is delivered, and all these things. Which is, for me, I would rather have 10 outlets than 2,000 outlets, and people say, oh, like we're talking about Subway.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that would make me feel so sad, So
you do not get carried away with the commercial aspect of the business, because you felt somewhere the core of the product was getting disturbed.
Yeah, I mean, look, the most important thing is in your business, besides your employees, are the customers, right?
Yeah.
And we are all experts on food. You have your preferences, I have mine. And I know exactly what it's supposed to taste like because my mom used to do it and so on. And so when you open a restaurant, and you got to make sure that the product is as good as you can make it, and then make it better. And you have to have consistency and quality, because the only way you're going to keep a customer is by serving a product that makes them go, wow, I'll eat that again. I mean, the success of McDonald's lies in the execution of the product, right?